you know what I've realized? MMA, and in particular the UFC, is the epitome and essence of like how rare circumstances can happen in life and just produce magical results and events before everybody's eyes. You know, you go through life day to day, and once in a while you'll see like a shooting star, or like that crazy eclipse that you've never seen that only happens once every 100 years. It just seems like MMA produces these amazing results month after month, and particularly the UFC, I should say, month after month, week after week. Just this convergence of crazy storylines and results from people from all over the world, and it is just amazing to watch. Now that I got my very thought-provoking and deep and philosophical statements and sentences out of the way, what am I going to talk about in this video? What did I get right and what did I get wrong? Of course, I'm going to talk about what I got right, but I am a humble man. I like to talk about what I got wrong as well. I do want to go over the craziness of the forks and in the universe and in Alex's Pereira story to get into where he is right now, because it is just insane when you think about it. I am going to talk about round 4, but I do have a bit of a different opinion when it comes to round 4. I see a lot of people talking about how they both took the round off, but this is more so on Israel Adesanya, in my opinion. This critical mistake he made in round 4. And lastly, I want to talk about the future of the middleweight division going forward, because it has the potential to be open, ladies and gentlemen, with fresh matchups and a lot of different things. Could be a rematch as well, but lots of stuff to talk about when it comes to the future now. Really quickly before I start, like the video if you end up liking it, and subscribe for more content similar to this. But let's just get right into the video. Going into the fight, obviously I had a very opinionated video about how I thought that the fight would go and why Alex Pereira I thought might struggle. By the way, again, thank you all for the very nice feedback and the comments and the likes on the video. Really appreciate it. You can still go check it out if you want to. So I had a very opinionated video, and here's what I got right in the video. Life in general is just crazy, and the way that the world just operates and the universe and everything is just crazy. Everybody's life has forks in it where you make certain decisions or you may have certain events happen in your life which leads you down a different way. I'm an example of this happening right now. Right this very moment, I am recording this video. If I didn't record this video, my life would be going one way. Now that I am recording this video, I'm going down a different path and a different fork in life, which will unlock different areas. So everybody understands that concept. For this amazing event to happen, not only did Alex have to beat Izzy twice in the way he did in kickboxing, then he had to make the transition to MMA, get into the UFC, beat the guys that he did, be matched up with Sean Strickland and not anybody else, which led him to the title, and then he had to press hard in round 5 and make that decision to press hard in round 5 for him to be the middleweight champion and have this crazy story unfolding up before us today. Let's look at the fork. Let's say instead of Sean Strickland, he had fought Robert Whittaker or Marvin Vettori. I'm not saying that there's no chance that he couldn't win, but given some of the grappling weaknesses he might have that they might try to expose against him, he might have lost, and then this would never have happened. But that did not happen. He got to fight Sean Strickland, who came in with, like I said before, one of the worst game plans I've ever seen, and he beat him and got his title shot and won. It's just crazy how the forks of life work and the way that the new narratives get set by that. 15-20 more seconds in round number 1, Izzy could have got that finish, right? He could have finished him in round 1 knockout. We'd be talking about how Izzy's back in prime form, knocking people out. He just knocked out a vicious striker, the guy who beat him twice, and he's back. But it didn't happen. There wasn't that many extra seconds, and he didn't get the job done. So round 4, one thing I want to say about round 4 is, so obviously one of the consensus going on is that Alex Pereira and Izzy, to an extent, they both kind of took the round off. Alex obviously was recovering after all the grappling. Izzy could have been relaxing a little bit as well, maybe too much, which some people figure is his critical mistake. Here's the way I see it. Yes, Izzy was relaxing, but not necessarily just because he wanted to relax. Remember, guys, Izzy is not someone who's just going to push the pace unnecessarily. Look at any of his past fights. If you're not pressing towards him all the time, he's not going to be pressing towards you just constantly, right? If he can't set up his counters, he's not just going to push forward. So the round 4 critical mistake wasn't just that they were both taking the round off. It's Izzy's natural style that came back to haunt him. I don't see much people talking about that. It's look at all his past fights. If you're not pressing towards him, he's not going to do it. Alex took the round off. So Izzy, naturally, I'm not going to press forward now. I'll take the round off as well. So when I look in the future now, it's complicated because Izzy did say after the fight that there's some issues he wanted to deal with, some personal issues, some medical related issues. Who knows how long that's going to keep him sidelined. Logically, he would get an immediate rematch. I mean, if you just look at past situations, long range champions, when they lose, they typically will get an immediate rematch, especially in a scenario like this. It's similar to Kamaru, where they were winning the fight, and had he, round 5 ended, he would have won the fight. And this is where it gets tricky, because if his medical issues keep him out until, let's just say, the summertime, well, does the UFC want to wait until the summer to book Izzy and Alex's rematch? No, maybe they'll just wait for him to come back and then give him the fight. But in the meantime, Alex has got to fight somebody. And as much as I'd love to see the rematch, I will say that I am pretty excited to see all the fresh matchups that we have now. If Izzy had won, he's practically cleaned out the middleweight division. I don't really know who we'd see him fight next. But now that Alex has won, I mean, look at this. You have Robert Whittaker, there's Jared Cannonier, Vettori, Paulo Costa, if you can get back up there. There's quite a bit of fresh matchups now, which is really, really exciting. I know a lot of middleweights were probably watching the fight and thinking, man, I can get my hands on Alex Pereira. If I can take him down, I can win this fight. And here's the critical part. Right now is the time, if you're a grappler or planning on going with a grappling-based style, right now, as soon as you can get in, is the time to beat Alex. The more you let him train MMA, the more training camps he gets, the better his grappling defense is going to be, and the more you're going to risk having to stay in a stand-up fight with him. Right now is the chance you have. If you're Robert Whittaker or Vettori or Jared Cannonier or whoever, right now is your chance. I really hope you enjoyed the video and my thoughts on this whole thing. I mean, again, just crazy how these stuff work out. But like the video if you liked it, and subscribe for more content similar to this. I'll catch you guys later in the next video. Peace.